Hello everyone, it's Christopher Taylor with Sovereign Harmony in a different spot than typically. I'm out of town up in Northern California, Sacramento. This is the Sacramento River here, running just west of the city. So I'm just north of the Land Park area if you're familiar. Anyway, I want to go over a busy week in astrology, really one of the busier ones in the last few weeks. Anyway, so today is Saturday, it's January 25th. So I'm going to take us right on through next Saturday, February 1st into the next Sunday, February 2nd, that time frame. So the last week of January, first couple days of February. That's what we'll talk about today. So right now, as we speak here this weekend, the 25th, 26th of January, this is actually a time when Venus is in Pisces and it is now forming a sextile to Uranus in Taurus and a trine to Mars in Cancer. Mars and Uranus are both technically retrograde at this point. One of the things that will happen this week, which I'll talk about in a minute, Uranus is going to go direct in Taurus. That Mars retrograde will continue until February 23rd. But that trine that Venus in Pisces is making to Mars in Cancer right now, that will be back in early April. So first week of April, I believe, would be Venus again in Pisces, trining Mars in Cancer. Only at that point, Mars will be direct, Venus will be retrograde. Okay, so they'll kind of switch roles in that sense. So we do have an extended period coming with this trine between Venus and Mars. So that's a very creative energy. It has to do with like projects and relationships, things that have to come together. And that trine indicates some harmoniousness to it. The watery nature of it, this is the depth of it, okay? So it's a real deep but harmonious connection of bringing a few things together. So great creative energy over the next few months from now until another 2 months plus of that going on, okay? And with Uranus turning direct in Taurus this week, that just speaks to the idea that now we're kind of ready for some changes, especially when it comes to our romantic life, money life, etc. We're ready for some pretty significant changes. So we're starting with that. We also have tomorrow, Sunday the 26th, into Monday the 27th. That we'll see Mercury in Capricorn, late degrees. It's going to be sextiling Neptune in Pisces and the North Node in Pisces. So there's an extended Neptune conjunct North Node that starts here the next couple days if we're using a 1-degree orb. Starts, I think, technically tomorrow, and it goes through most of February. If you use a wider orb, we're already in it, and it'll extend into March. But it all depends on your opinion. But the point is, especially in February, we've got this Neptune conjunct North Node in Pisces. It just amplifies the themes of Pisces, really, which is this letting go, which is this release, this making room for the new. With Aries being the next sign, we're making room for that new. It's also surrender. So surrender control, trust God, let go, that kind of energy. And so with Mercury sextiling that energy from Capricorn here in the next couple days, we're looking at trying to make that faith practical. Okay, how do we put that faith into words? How do we put that faith that we have in things turning out the right way? How do we put that in a way that we can kind of go step by step, essentially? That's a lot about what the earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, things like that have to do with. So that's going on as well. And then we get into Tuesday, the 28th, into the 29th on Wednesday, and this is where we have Mercury, which again was just in late Pisces, sextiling that Neptune North Node conjunction in Pisces. Now it enters Aquarius and quickly joins Pluto, which is still in the early degrees of Aquarius. So in the hours that Mercury is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, we'll have a new moon in Aquarius, okay? And that new moon's about 9-10 degrees Aquarius. That happens on Wednesday, the 29th, okay? And the ruler of Aquarius is Uranus, which goes direct, like we said, in Taurus. That'll be on the 30th, on Thursday. So lots of shifting and changing going on. That the new moon in Aquarius, because it's close enough to Pluto, because Mercury's there, we got Uranus turning direct. I mean, really, this really, I mentioned last week when the sun conjuncted Pluto, it was sort of like pushing the button for the Pluto and Aquarius age. Well, this is like amplifying that button to the 10th degree. So we're talking about moving into the very new. And so this is why it's so important when it comes to that Neptune North Node in Pisces to let go, to release, to surrender, because it's a whole new world coming our way this year. And this really symbolizes that. It's also the Chinese New Year. It's the, I think, wood snake. Has a lot to do with change, releasing our old skins, right? Wood has to do with like building, right? So we're kind of building into this new era while we shed our old skin, okay? And So, that's all happening, signifying again that we're now entering that age. Okay, so we're entering it with the Chinese New Year, all this Aquarian energy, Mercury conjunct Pluto and Aquarius. So we're thinking outside the box, we're thinking more futuristically, letting go of any limiting beliefs, because again, it's a whole new world kind of energy coming on. As we get to the end of the week, next weekend, this is where there's an interesting little setup happening. This will be on Saturday, exact. So we have that Neptune conjunct North Node, like we mentioned, that's gonna be with us for several weeks. So that'll still be together on Saturday, but at that point, Venus comes and joins it. In addition to that, the moon comes and joins Venus with Neptune and the North Node in Pisces. So Saturday, February 1st into Sunday, February 2nd can be very significant, okay? When it comes to, again, these themes of letting go, release, trust. There could be very serendipitous kinds of interactions, depending on where that falls in your chart. Some serendipity, having to just trust where it takes us really is really the point of that whole transit. But it could be a very interesting weekend next weekend, but it all builds toward that, again, with where we're at now, with Venus kind of highlighting that Mars-Uranus sextile. Uranus turns direct with that new moon as Mercury enters Aquarius, conjuncting Pluto. We've got Mercury, again, at the start of the week, sextiling the Neptune North Node conjunction, and then that conjunction gets hit with Venus with a conjunction in itself, and the moon will be there. So on Saturday evening, for example, not tonight, next Saturday, February 1st, look up to the western sky after sunset, and you're going to see a crescent moon with the bright Venus. And just know, even though you can't see it, that Neptune is there too. And even though the North Node isn't even a physical point, that mathematical point is there too. So it'll all be in that same general area. Anyway, so lots of release, lots of moving on, lots of opening up to the new. That's the themes as we enter this week, head on into next weekend. So again, here I am, Sacramento River. It's kind of chilly out, but whatever, it is January. Anyway, so thanks for stopping by, and I will see you soon.